Yeah, okay, good morning, afternoon, and evening. It's the guy you should believe in. Dropping heat like every season. Underdog like Willie Beeman. Classic like Dom singing. Blasting like bombs ringing.
Go ahead and start it.
Lachi. Okay. All right. Shaved nut. Oh, my. Oh, no. Turn your head to the side and then lean forward in the camera again. Lean forward. Let the light really hit your scalp. Now put your head down. Oh, yeah. That's the angle right there.
All my hair is used to being like long, so it's all in the worst way possible. It's gonna take like a week for me to train it to go where it needs to go again. It's so bad.
And you think, looking at yourself right now, you're like, yeah, this is the move.
I like it better. Now you know why I wasn't Snapchatting you all day.
I wanted to see how long. Weird. Yeah, I did think that was a bit weird.
I wanted to see how long it would take, but you noticed right away. I thought you would just continue and you wouldn't notice at all.
That would be hilarious.
That's what I thought was gonna happen. So that's why I was like, I'm just gonna let it rock and see.
My brain needs to just be on top of shit like that to just be like, oh yeah, he thinks he's getting me. Let me get him back.
Okay. To start the show off, here's my opening question for you.
All right.
Football season is upon us. We're like 2 weeks away from week 1. Okay. Which is just fantastic. I actually think, now that I think about it, I think I'm going to be in town for week 1. Am I not? Or is it that Thursday? Is it the day after I leave?
Week 1's when?
I think it's September 4th. Is it the day I leave?
It might be the day you leave, yeah.
5th, the day after I leave.
The 5th, the day after.
Anyways, the NFL season is 2 weeks away. It's upon us, and that means fantasy football is back. So, let's say, Symposium, you end up with the first pick overall in our fantasy draft. Who are you taking with the number 1 pick in the 2024? What is our group name even? I don't remember. But
okay,
who are
here's
you taking number 1?
Didn't Christian McCaffrey get hurt in this offseason?
I don't think so. He got paid, but I don't think he got hurt. No.
I thought there was something going around that there was an injury somewhere. Because that's my first pick. If there is no injury, to Christian McCaffrey, at least last year he was the most consistent guy. He was.
See, that's the thing for me. I'm like, I want to, if it were me, I would want to go Christian McCaffrey, but
who'd be more consistent than Christian McCaffrey?
See, that's the thing. I'm worried that we're gonna hit the fall off. We've had too many good years of Christian McCaffrey.
True, but this is also the Super Bowl push as well.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I don't know if there's a receiver that's number 1 because Chase isn't. I don't think anyone believes in Chase like that this year.
I think it's
Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson is not going to be. Yep. Tyreek, I think he's not a. I don't think he's a 1 guy. I think he's a 2nd round guy probably, or late first if you don't have a top end.
I think that's just because we thought he was going to retire. So what kind of Tyreek are we going to get when he was going to retire?
It seems like it's clear that it's Christian McCaffrey, but also you look at the landscapes of running backs, and I look at Saquon with that offensive line. I look at Derrick Henry with the Ravens.
Yeah, but
there's the off chance that Devon Achane plays 17 games this year and continues to rush 8 yards per carry, and that's insanity.
So what's the safe bet? Travis Kelce?
No, because I don't think he's that consistent because it's Chiefs regular season. I don't think he's that consistent through regular season. So it's I want to go Christian McCaffrey, but in the back of my mind, I'm just waiting for the fall off. It's too good to be true.
What about a Sam Laporta?
Number 1?
I'm trying to think of consistency, dude. Who's the most consistent guy week to week? Because that's really what you're looking for with your number 1.
It's Christian. It's
got to be Christian.
It's just hard to take the plunge.
Because everything else is a gamble. Malik Nabers is a gamble.
Yeah, I wouldn't draft a rookie. I wouldn't draft a rookie number 1.
A QB is a gamble as well.
Yeah,
Like
you
CJ's
can't
a
go
gamble.
QB. You can't go QB. You have to go running back. But I don't know what
And
other,
wide
like
receiver,
maybe Derrick
every number
Henry.
one wide receivers basically lost their dude, except for like I guess Debo Samuel. But again,
Uh,
Debo's he's not consistent week to week.
so Christian seems like number one, but then
Who's number two?
I don't know. This is such a weird draft. I have no idea who you pick, especially in our league, because it's gonna be keep your top three guys. So
Yeah, who would be the normal number two? Like a Ceedee Lamb?
maybe CD, maybe it is CD,
Yeah,
maybe CD's
because
one. Maybe
because
that's the sleeper pick for one.
everything's the same, and like even if
And they've
the
got less of a
Cowboys,
running
the
game. So
Cowboys have literally changed nothing. So it is
except
it.
they lost their running back. So like they're gonna
So
pass even
yes,
more.
so they'll pass even more. So they will still be great. CD will still. I think CD's the number one. It has to be.
I think that's the sneaky one.
I think that is because again, like Christian McCaffrey. Oh my God, I should have screenshotted. I was going to screenshot a picture of the oldest teams in the NFL. Guess who the oldest team in the NFL is?
The
The
Niners.
49ers. Yes, the
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah.
So it
100%.
is like if you take a guy from that high-powered stacked offense, I mean, there's a good chance that
I feel like Derrick Henry's going to go high this year. Saquon should go high. I just don't know like who's getting kept in our league specifically. I don't know who's getting kept, but I think Christian has to be if he's available in your league. You got to just take the plunge and
I think Jonathan
not
Taylor
overthink it.
goes over Saquon and Derrick because
What
they're
about
both
like
in new systems.
where do you think Puka or Cup goes?
Cup goes higher than Puka because people? I mean, just think about the doubt. Like, what if it was just like rookie woes? That's the correct saying, right? Rookie woes, like they do. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if it was just that? What if he just like turns into just an everyday guy? I mean, it's his second year. People didn't really know who Puka was. They didn't know like how they were going to utilize Puka. Now there's a year's worth of film to look at.
I don't know. I just don't like Christian is. I think you just don't overthink it and you go Christian McCaffrey, but there's always the chance that he falls off a cliff.
Who's the excluding Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson? Who's the first
CJ.
QB? CJ. Who's the second? Where's Aaron Rodgers?
I think he'll be a late pick that someone will grab in like the 6th or 7th. Like there'll be a QB run late where like there'll be the people that didn't have a QB last year that'll take one in our league specifically. I'm talking about because I'm keeping CJ. So like there's going to be a group of guys that keeps their quarterback, and then there's going to be a group of guys that takes one late, and there'll be a QB run, and he'll go in that probably.
Yeah, my big problem is I have Jalen Hurts. I don't know. I don't know without Jason Kelce there how their O-line is going to do, and it's not like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes. The way I view Jalen,
maybe you take a gamble on Joe Burrow because to me, I think it's going to be like an MVP caliber season.
People were saying that last year. What if he gets hurt again?
So yeah, that's the big thing. You got to take insurance. If you're taking Joe Burrow, you got to take insurance later at quarterback. So I don't know in terms of quarterbacks. I think definitely, obviously CJ. You got to think of somebody with upside. I think Kyler's a decent pick.
And then here's the thing: I have Sam Darnold and JJ McCarthy on the Vikings. TJ Hawkinson's my number one tight end.
Yeah, you're shocked.
Yeah, like these are my entire roster that got me to third place when I was the last draft pick the year before. They're all unknown.
I gotta take. I'm gonna have to keep Dalton Kincaid just because he's gonna be the number one option in like theoretically he's one of the better options in Buffalo. So I gotta keep.
Trav is set with Drake London. That's gonna be insane.
I don't think Drake London booms this year. I don't think so.
I think for sure that I don't know when he picked him, but having Drake London on your team and then keeping him on your team to this year, that's definitely an improvement. And you're
I think you could still get him back in the third. I still think you can get him back in the 3rd or 4th. I don't think that's worth keeping, like taking a keeper spot.
Right. Yeah,
I don't think taking that in a keeper spot, maybe picking him, but not in a keeper spot. I don't think. I don't know.
Anybody choose Kirk Cousins? Just roll the dice on Kirko.
Maybe. Maybe Bijan might be useful this year,
No, Bijan
actually.
is going to be useful. I
So
100% believe Bijan's going to be
I
useful.
think I'm going to keep Rashad White. I think the three I'm going to keep is what I originally was going to keep, which is CJ, Dalton Kincaid, and Rashad White. I like
That's another thing. I don't have any running backs. I have Gus Edwards, James Conner, and
my
then I
first
have Joe
pick.
Mixon.
My first pick in the first round might be Kyron Williams from the Rams. That
Yeah.
might be my first pick. If he's available on the board and the way things look there, I might take him. Like honest to God, because I probably will end up with like 3 to 7, 3 to 8 this year. So
Yeah.
I'd imagine the big
I'll be
names are
looking
going to
for an
come off the
RB.
board.
The problem is if we go by seeding, first
Mhm.
place gets
We're not.
last
It's
pick.
hat draw.
Oh, it's
To my
that again.
knowledge, it's
Okay.
hat draw again. So,
Well, I got fucked last time, so
dude, okay, let's talk about this.
uh,
And I'm not trying to make a case for myself. I'm not trying to whatever. But first pick, there's no margin of error with first pick.
no, you have a huge margin error.
I don't think so.
You can be better. You have a let's say it's a 10-person like roster. You have 10 slots, right? So if you
I
pick
don't.
some guy,
But
if you
you're
pick
at
some
the
guy who's better than the last pick of the first round, then you won. Because it's
no,
better than the last pick.
because I think because you're at the back end, you're either at the front or the back end of 2 rounds. Basically, you're at the front of the first round, and then you're at the back end of the second.
Uh-huh.
There's you're getting you're getting the best player per se potentially. That's the other thing
Yeah.
too. It's not a guarantee. Like in my situation, Justin Jefferson gets hurt halfway through the year. I'm
Yeah.
chalked. I'm chalked. So I think the worst place to be is beginning and end. Obviously, I think the middle
I
is the
mean,
best place to be.
yes, I will agree with that, but I don't agree that first pick overall is the worst. Because let's just cut it in half.
Well, because
As long
it
as you
is
get a
because if
guy,
you
as long as you get a guy in the top 5, you win. You
no,
beat
but
the other half of the guys.
no, but think about it though. If you let's say you do get that, you do pick the best guy. You're not picking again. You're essentially getting a third round piece because you're picking at the end of the second. So you're getting basically a third round piece. So you get a
Yeah,
first,
but
a third,
I'm
a
not
fifth. Like you get every other round essentially.
I'm
You're
not
not getting a
arguing that being in the middle isn't like the peak of where you want to be, because like what I said, if you get a guy who's within the top 5, you've beat the ladder, the bottom 5 of who's drafting. But but with that being said, you have a guy who's going to be top 5 in points, right? Like
Yeah,
there is a top 5.
but then your next guy is a third round guy. That's what I'm
Yeah, but
saying.
the margin there, like you're thinking about it as a person who is in the middle. Like think of it as a guy who's at the bottom. I get a
Yeah, but you get
basically
the
I get
last
2
pick of the
second
first.
rounds. No, I
No,
get
but
2
no, but
seconds.
you get the but when you're looking at the entirety of the league, the end of the first round is still a great pick because yes, those guys get
Not
taken.
the top 5's different. Top 5's different
Sure.
amount of points per
Okay,
week.
top 5 is different, but I would rather be first. I would rather be last than first because you're getting last pick of the first round and then first pick of the second.
You realize how ridiculous this is? You
You
were the
ended
first
up-
pick.
you
You were
ended
the
up with
first pick, and then you got shit on. I came from the bottom. The bottom.
That's what
I
I'm
made
saying.
It out. I made
You
it
had
out
a
of the
better
mud.
draft than I did. I'm
No,
giving you
I-
props.
no.
I'm giving you props. Can you just take it? Jesus.
I'm just a better no, because you're trying to say, because you saying that you'd rather be in my position is saying that you would have done better in my position. No, you wouldn't have.
No, I'm not saying I would have done better.
This brain is just different.
I'm not saying I would have been better in your position than you were. I'm saying I would have been better off than where I was at. Because you have such a margin because I get the first pick, and then if my first pick gets hurt like he did, then my next best player is a third round player.
But that's rare, dude. It's just because Justin Jefferson got hurt. It's rare. If Justin Jefferson didn't get hurt, then you would have been set.
I don't know though.
You're set up for success, brother.
I still wasn't great because I picked fucking Tony Pollard.
That is true. You did pick Tony Pollard, yeah.
And I got chalked there. So like,
yeah, but my first pick was Derrick Henry, and I ended up trading him.
Either way, I think that you're better off in the middle. No matter
Let us know.
what.
Let us know. Would you rather be the first pick in your fantasy draft or the last pick? Let us know down in the comments.